Where are you working out at?
Jada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
You just do your own thing?
Yeah, do my own thing. But when I get back, my trainer said that I can, like my strength trainer was like, you can come in and work with me all the time. And so I'm going to figure out a time and do that. So.
How long are you home for?
I don't know. I have to be back the January 18th.
For first classes and stuff?
Yeah.
How much more school do you have left?
I have this semester is my junior year and then one more year.
So 3 semesters left.
3 semesters.
Then when is your student teaching?
So I'm not even in education anymore.
You're not?
No. So that was a whole other thing. Oh my gosh, this is like...
But you're substitute teaching right now while you're home.
While I'm home. Because
where are you at? Clarence?
Iroquois. Because my parents both work there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hike.
It's like 20 minutes. It's really not that bad.
From your house?
Yeah, our class...
You just go Bowen or,
Class ended at 2:36.
Okay.
So I had to go and return and everything and stuff like that. So it really isn't that bad.
Gotcha.
But no, so I was an education major, but they messed up my credit hours and the classes that I took so bad because I switched it and my advisor didn't realize that all my gen eds didn't count for that major. So I was going to graduate a year and a half late if I stayed in education.
So what are you doing?
So I was I'm not going to graduate a year and a half late and stay at Eastern Kentucky for that.
Just for education.
Just for education.
Where you can go literally anywhere for education.
So I switched back because I was originally sports management.
Okay.
So I'm doing that now. And then if I get a job right after, or get a good internship job, whatever with that, then I'll stay with it. But if I don't, I'm going to come back here and get my master's for teaching.
Yep. And then it'll be that'll be a year and a half. Or, it's a what's it called? It's a consolidated, ramped up.
Yeah. So it will be quick, it will be I think in total 2 years, but you can get a job even when you're being your master. So I'll probably be a full-time sub at the school while I'm getting my master's, and then be a permanent teacher there once I get my master's fully.
What's going on with internships with sports performance or
sports management? So I could be an AD, which honestly I think that would be a good
teaching degree for that.
No.
I guess Brittany was a AD, right?
Yeah.
And she
was not. I don't think it was a teaching thing. I don't know. So I could do that, or
want to get into coaching?
I could get into coaching.
What would you coach? Would you coach soccer, track, or basketball?
I think track would be the last. I think I would think about doing.
Time?
I don't really like track that much, so it wasn't really my favorite sport. Yeah. Basketball, I think, would be so fun to coach. I think that would be a fun sport. And then soccer, obviously.
Do you want to come back around here?
I don't know. That's the other thing. I think, my dream place to live would be Northern Kentucky, right outside of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's such a good area. My friend lives there. I've gone up there a bunch of times. I love that area. Uh-huh. And there's a lot of sports management opportunities around there.
There's a lot of schools right around there,
yeah, because you have Xavier, Cincinnati.
Yep.
And then you can also do Bengals, Cyclones, Reds, all of that. And then I also have NKU, Northern Kentucky University.
Are you applying for internships right now?
Yeah, so my internship will be in the summer.
Okay, where?
I don't know yet. I still haven't.
Where have you applied? How many?
I've only applied to 2 because I have to go through my...
Down there, mostly?
Yeah. I talked to him and said if I could get one up here, that'd be great, just because it's the only time. Home. Yeah. But, I'm already paying for my rent down there anyways.
During the summer?
During the summer.
It's a 12-month lease?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Yeah, because we have it for 3 years, so we were doing 12 months.
Are you living with all the soccer girls?
I'm living with one soccer girl and then a volleyball girl who's a senior. So it's actually nice because she's finally done with sports too. Yeah. And so I am. So it's kind of we're both going through it together. So it's kind of nice.
Now, is she going through the exact same thing as you were going through?
No. She's a senior. So she just had to stop. But,
I mean.
Yeah.
So everybody has been asking. It's What happened?
I know.
No, she didn't quit.
No, I did not. Yeah.
The 28 player rule screwed you over.
Yeah, but he didn't even have to. We didn't have, so he needed to cut 2 people if no one transferred. 2 girls transferred. So then I was like, I honestly didn't even think he was going to, because, it's my senior year.
You've been there.
I've been there for 3 years. I've played. I've given a lot to this team. I mean, like, I was in the running for being on, we have like a leadership team. I was in the running for that, like all of this. And then a girl in my grade who lives in Cincinnati, she transferred from Xavier, came here her freshman year, played probably more than me this year. She had her meeting before me, and he cut her. And I was like, oh shit, like I'm totally gonna be cut if he cut her. And I was like, he didn't even have to. So he just wanted to get transfers, I think.
There's a couple of transfers that he probably wanted. Had the eyes on, Is this a new coach? Is this the same coach that recruited you?
Yes, he's been here for 6 years. This will be his 6th or 7th year.
How'd you guys do this past year?
We made it to the ASUN championship.
Right.
Yeah.
And then lost.
In that.
To?
Lipscomb.
Which
they usually... I mean, we had a great year, honestly. Like, we came in 4th or 5th, but we should have... If we won our last 2 games, we could have been in the running for, like, 1st or 2nd place.
Did you have an injury at all this year?
No injury. Yeah. I had a concussion for, like...
That's right.
Yeah.
You started out really good at the beginning of the year.
Yes. The beginning of the year was, like, amazing, because my sophomore year, I had a lot of, like, health issues because my knee was really bad. And then I also was, like, had this, like, heart issue with, like, passing out for, like, a month. So
you did?
Yes, I did. Last fall, I didn't play for, like, 3 weeks because I kept passing out. I had to get, like, all these tests and stuff. They still don't know what happened. But, yeah.
How did I not know anything?
I don't know.
When was the last time I saw you?
Like, a long time ago. Yeah.
You and Gabby were
It was, like, after my freshman year. I don't even know.
Sophomore year? Maybe after sophomore year. Maybe. No, this is your junior year. Yeah. I didn't see you this summer.
No.
You tried to get in.
Yeah.
But then it just didn't work out. I saw Sammy.
I was busy.
Sammy more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another conversation.
But so, yeah, no, that whole thing. And then, so I was really worried coming in because I didn't play at all.
You were worried going into the season.
Yes.
This could happen.
I was really worried because my sophomore spring semester, I didn't play a single game because I had a partial tear in my ACL and PCL, and I had a really bad bruised bone. So that was like a whole thing. So I was really worried coming in. I was like, I really have to like prove myself, prove my point. And I did. I started versus Louisville. I played a lot of minutes.
Yep.
Got a concussion in that game, but was only out for like 2 days. It really wasn't even a concussion. I just like had a headache for one day, and they had to like go through the protocol.
Yeah. You do like baseline testing, and then
Yeah. So then whatever. I was out for like 3 days, and then I started, I still started a couple games, and then I was playing like half a game, and then it just kind of just stopped, like gradually would just like get less and less and less.
Did they explain it to you of like why your minutes were down? Or?
I asked him in one of my meetings because I was like, I thought I was doing really good, and he was like, I think your confidence just kind of decreased throughout the year. And I was wanting to say, like, I know you have to have self-confidence, but like it also comes from the coach. Like if you think that your coach doesn't have confidence in you, like you're gonna start losing it a little bit.
I hate it when coaches say, well, coaches can't give a player confidence, but they can take it away. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
Yes, they can take it away, but they can give you confidence too.
Yes.
All I hear from players all of my life coaching is like they come away more confident. It's because I don't know what I'm not trying to like talk about me, but like I find the more that I do these and talk to you guys, the more that like I don't, how can I say this? I don't value college coaches. value college coaches or value college coaching, because I think a lot of them are overrated, and I think a lot of them are in over their head. And I think a lot of them don't know how to manage young adults.
No, especially like women. Like I think it's a lot different.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Definitely different than coaching.
Yeah.
So like when you're going through that, when you're not playing and with really no feedback or whatever other than your confidence.
Yeah.
Do they try to include you in being part of the team, or is it like non-starters over there, starters over here?
Well, that was a whole argument that actually it came more from the goalies this year, because that was a whole other situation. Our starting goalie, like the other goalies, like weren't even like part of anything. Like it was really bad. But I wanted to talk about that in my end of season meeting. I thought, it was gonna go. I wasn't gonna hold back because I knew my minutes were decreasing. It's senior year or whatever. I wanted to say what I wanted to say, but I didn't get the chance to because of how the meeting actually went. So I haven't really like talked to him about how I felt through the season, because our
meeting was just like, we're gonna let you go.
So yeah, I walk in and he was like, you can close the door, and I was like, okay, cool, I know where this is gonna go. And he was like,
you start crying just immediately.
Oh yeah, I sat down and like we get questions before every meeting that we have to answer from him. So I get out my paper and I'm like ready to answer my questions about like where I want to improve in this winter, all of this stuff. I get it out and he goes, before you bring that up, like we're gonna have a hard conversation. And then I had like a tear. I was like already crying, and he was like, yeah, like your time,
in there too?
All of them.
Okay.
And he was like, your time on this team is over. That's all he said. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, I was trying to get words out, but like I couldn't, because I like was expecting it a little bit, but at the same time it's like you don't really like know how you're gonna react until it happens. And he was like, how about we like not talk about it right now, like let you calm down. He was like, but I am gonna put it out there, like I am giving you the opportunity to be like the manager on this team. And I literally looked at him and I was like,
absolutely,
I don't think so. And he was like, well, just think about it. I was like, okay. And that was the whole conversation. Then I walked out. And I haven't talked to him since. Like, I haven't been able to, like, speak what I want to say to him, because I want to reach out, but I'm kind of scared because I'm like, I don't even know what I would, like, I don't know how I'd bring it up. I think it needs to be him reaching out and being like, hey, like, do you want to talk? But he hasn't, I haven't spoken to him since. But he goes to my friends. Well, this is the messed up part. He went to my friend, who's my roommate. Mm-hmm. We're like best friends, and asked how I was doing, how the team's doing, all this stuff, trying to get like inside scoop about it, but like won't come to me
because he's worried about losing the team.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could easily lose a team if you cut the wrong person, or if you treat the wrong person bad. It can, that reverberates around.
Well, yeah, and the only two people that he cut were two juniors going into their senior year.
What? See, that's what I don't understand. Cut a freshman that is underperforming, or cut somebody that still has cut a redshirt freshman that's not.
We
going
had
to
one
play.
too.
Did they cut one?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah. I just think he knew, too, that I wasn't going to transfer. Like, he knew that if he cut me, I was going to be done.
How are you with that school? You love it now?
Oh, I love it. I mean...
You've always loved the girls. That's what you always
told yes.
me. You always told me that, like, you love the girls. The area, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you
honestly,
love Kentucky.
I love Kentucky. Like, I will move there.
You wanted to go to Kentucky originally, remember?
Yes.
And then, like... You and your dad with horse racing.
Yeah, and we always go to those. No, I love the school. Now that I'm in a house, I have, like, all my neighbors, like, all the community. Like, I love it there. And
what was your teammates' reaction? What was your best friend? The one that you like always like.
Yeah.
Your dad like posts about her.
Yeah.
Like that, like
yeah.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. So, well, she wanted to go to the athletic director and say, if you get rid of her, then, like, I'm off the team, too. But I told her not to do that. I told her she needs to calm down. But everyone was just in shock. Like, you know, I was joking. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, like, I'm going to be next. Like, joking around. And they're like, no, like, he would never. Because...
Were you doing that just as, like, kind of, like, did you actually think it?
Once the first girl got cut, I was like, okay, I'm next. But before that, I actually thought that I was going to be
How long did that meeting last?
My meeting?
You and your coach?
5 minutes. Yeah. So the team didn't really know how to react.
That happened to you in your life to this point,
and
they give you 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
we're at 16 minutes right now. I've given more than that.
I know. Yeah, it was bad, and like my parents wanted me to talk to him like immediately after, and just kind of say how I felt, but I knew that if I did, I was just going to cry the whole time and I wasn't going to get my points across. And I think now I'm at the place where if I have a conversation with him, like, I am going to tell him how I thought he treated me, like how disrespectful. Like yeah, like I didn't feel part of the team. I felt like I gave everything with like no explanation as to like why this had to happen or like anything like that. So I'm at the point where I am ready to have that conversation with him, but I wasn't when I was there. I just couldn't.
How have the end of season meetings gone with him in the past? How
Good.
much feedback have?
So
this is your third year. So
yeah.
How much like feedback? Like I don't understand how did it go after last year? The end of season meetings or in the spring?
It's always been positive. It's always been, you know, I see so much potential in you. Like, you have these things to work on, but if you do that, like, you are going to see time on the field. He was like, you're the best teammate I've ever seen. Like, you were a leader, all of this. Like, it's been always very good. And that's why it was like I didn't even know how to handle it. Because, honestly, some girls do go in and, like, have a really rough end of the season meeting. But I've never had that until this year.
In hindsight, the last time I saw you, you were talking about maybe transferring down to, where was it? Tampa?
Yeah.
Do you wish you would have?
Yeah, I think I was scared of the portal. I think I was scared of transferring, which
I had Gwen in here the other day.
Is like,
the portal is just weird.
It's insane. Like, it's actually scary, and it's like a yes and a no as to like if I wanted to transfer or not, because I think if I did, yes, I'd still be playing soccer and I might have the love for that again. But like, what if I didn't like the girls, or what if my major was all like, I don't know, what if I didn't like the area or like anything like that, when I have EKU, which is everything's like perfect except for that soccer part. And I looked at it and I was like, I wish I did transfer, yes, back then, but now,
nope.
No, I don't think I would, because
too much of your life is built in there, and you enjoy it.
And I had one more, like, yes, it sucks that, but I had 3 semesters left. I have one more semester of like actual soccer season, and I don't want to like flip my whole life around just for one season. Yeah.
You weren't redshirted your freshman year?
No.
None of your years, huh?
Man. Yeah. So, I mean, the red shirt thing is also insane. Like, you can't play more than like 1 minute, or you will lose your red shirt. Like, you literally can't be playing like.
So, how quickly after the season did this meeting take place? So, when your last game was the championship game?
Yeah, I think, and then we had a week break. We had a week off of no soccer, and then the next week was the meetings.
What happens if these transfers that he's banking on don't come?
I know. That's the thing. I haven't seen anything posted about transfers or anything, and I think the portal has closed for the spring at least.
Yeah. Does it open back up?
I don't know. There's like a dead period. It's like so weird.
Yeah. Talk about the portal, because I do not understand.
I don't understand. Even I listened to her talk about it.
Database where like
you put yourself in. I mean, I don't know. From what I've heard from other people, is you tell your coach you in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I guess then you can start emailing coaches and send them film, and then they can like email you back, and like that's the communication. But I don't know if there's like, I don't know how it works really.
How long was the aftermath of that? This happened before Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, this happened like early November, like very like
early November.
Yeah.
So, okay. How was like Thanksgiving break back here? Was it nice, or was it like...
Well, I've been here since Thanksgiving. I didn't have to go back for exams because our exams is only...
Wow, so you're getting a lot of teaching.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting like a lot of
good.
work in, which is really nice. But like our final exams are the week after Thanksgiving, and I only had one in person, and so I just asked if I could take it before Thanksgiving break so I didn't have to come back. And they let me.
How many credits did you take this past year?
16.
And you made all the travel rosters and everything.
I made all
jumping around, but I just can't. I can't get over this.
Didn't make one of the travel. I didn't make the travel
right after your concussion, right?
No, I didn't make the one to the championship. I didn't.
But weren't you there though?
I traveled. By myself.
You did.
Well, that's
because you were in the picture,
and I didn't have.
And I messaged you, and everybody. That's when like everybody was like, "What's going on with Payton? Is she injured?" Or like, I texted you. I'm like, "Why are you in civilian?" Like,
yeah, I did see that. I don't know. I think I responded in my head, but
don't worry about it.
Didn't respond to you. But no, yeah. So Sammy was playing in her tournament that weekend, and it was in Florida. So I called my mom.
You got some time.
So I was like, "Hey, my team's at FGCU for the tournament. Like, if I go down, like we can stay at my."
Aunt's
condo, like our aunt's condo.
Right.
And so I did that, and then I went to both games and everything. And he was like, "Oh, no one would ever do this except for you." Like all of this stuff, and I was just like,
and you were just left off the roster for this.
Yeah, and he like didn't.
Was that other girl?
Yeah.
The other girl that got cut too?
And she also traveled every one except for that one. And like that's why I was in like regular clothes, because you're not allowed to wear. It's like an EKU rule. You're not allowed to wear anything EKU on the sidelines if you're not on the travel roster, is what he said. But I didn't get that either, because I'm like, why can't I wear anything EKU? It's not like I'm wearing the jersey or anything like that. Like I would.
So many dumb rules to college athletics.
So weird. It's so weird. There's so many.
I had Abby in here a couple weeks ago, and just there's so many rules that you have to
There's so many.
By. And
yeah.
I just don't. Oh, there's only 20 hours of training, and you must take 2 weeks off after a season, and no training. And then like I had all the girls in this morning, and it's like, what are these rules?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't even know.
And some of the girls were like, "Man, we haven't trained in a month." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're a college athlete. Why are you not training in a month?" Well, we've had off. It's like,
what do you mean?
What the hell is going on? like imagine flashback to you as like a sophomore in high school, and what you think college soccer is going to be. Compared to what it actually is.
It's insane. Like,
it's so much
everyone
different.
says, like, it's hard, like, it's hard, and you're like, how hard could it be? You know what I mean? But like, you get there and you're like, why is it so they make it so complicated and like just so much more draining than I think that it needs to be.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
How are you doing now? You're a month removed or so? Close to a month removed?
Yeah. I am like totally at peace with it now. I was like a wreck when it first happened, but now I'm kind of like, obviously
I have so much time now.
That, and it's like I can live my college life for the last year of like how I want to.
Do you ever get jealous of, I guess jealous is the wrong word, but like, do you ever worry or wish like, man, I wish I could go to that football game? Or I wish I was home while you're on an away trip.
Yeah. I wish I had Halloween. Yes.
Stuff like that.
I mean, you always are gonna have that in the
But that's
moment.
sacrifice. You've been doing that
Exactly.
your entire
I've been
life
doing
with
it my
ECNL,
yeah.
right?
So like I was used
how many
to
basketball
it.
games did you miss because you had to go to a ECNL
ECNL
event?
Yeah.
Or vice versa sometimes? Maybe?
Yeah. So I think like I'm worried when I go back and I see them like going to practice and like,
man, I miss that.
yeah, man, I miss that, especially with like my roommate still being on the team. But I think at the same time I'm gonna be like, I miss it, but like,
thank God I don't have to go there too.
yeah, and like thank God like my mental health will probably just be so much better. Like even though I loved soccer, I think it was just starting to like just like get like my love has just been like decreasing as time goes on, just because of like I don't even know, just like kind of I don't really know how to
Like
explain
everybody,
it.
it's a cliche, but college soccer is a job. I mean, think about how many hours you put in. I mean, morning sessions, afternoon sessions, meetings. How often would you meet with the coach or meet with any coaches? Did you have that access throughout your career?
Every month we would have a meeting with all the coaches in the room. Individually.
Every month? Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And then like we would have film sessions.
Individually?
You could do them individually, yeah.
Did you ever?
I did them like a couple of times, but at what I did when I was playing, but at the point where I wasn't playing, I didn't have any film. And also, well, that was the whole other thing was like we have position film with each coach where like if you're in that position, you go to the film each week and do it.
So do you guys have like a defensive coordinator and then like a midfield
They say
coach
that.
and then a goalkeeper coach?
So we have a goalkeeping coach,
Right.
and then like the other. So one of the assistants is a goalkeeping coach, and then like the other two assistants, like one is for defending, one is for attacking, like that type of stuff. So we did have that, but like the thing was like I was getting moved. I was playing striker.
Okay.
At one point this year.
What formation?
We were in a 3-5-2.
Okay. Whoa.
Or a 3-4-3.
So with two wing backs? Mm-hmm. Okay. How much... Okay, when you were playing a 3-5-2, how much possession would your team have? Not that much?
It got better as time went on once people got used to it, but it's hard, especially when the freshmen first came in, for them to be able to like understand where you need like how to position yourself in there. It took a lot. Because no one's used to it.
I hate the 3-5-2 and I hate the wingback system because everybody is copying what all these pro teams are doing. And for that system to work, you have to have 65% of possession.
Yeah.
And there's 22 people on the field. You have to have 6 of the top 10 players on the field or else it does not work.
Yeah.
Your wingbacks are just going to be doing this the entire time and die.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what would happen.
So you were playing forward in that system.
Forward or midfield. So that's the thing. I started like starting as the midfield, the 6. And then like that would slowly kind of decrease. And then he was like, oh, you'll play some forward. So then I'd play there a little bit. And then now it's slowly decreased. And then I just like didn't really play by the end of it. And I was like, why did you move me out of like the position that I was like starting and like doing good in? I didn't really understand that. I also freshman year played wingback the entire time, and he didn't try and put me there. He like kind of just like threw me to the side.
When you scored your goal, what position were you playing?
Midfield.
It's a great goal.
Yeah.
Picture.
My reaction.
That picture is the best picture.
Because that was like I haven't gone in. That was my sophomore year. I haven't played a single minute, and that was like 2 games or 3 games in, and then I got in the last 10 minutes randomly and then scored the game-winning goal, and I was like, oh my god, no way.
I had one of your teammates in. I'll name her later. She was. I trained her yesterday, and she hasn't played. She hasn't, gotten much time at all.
Yeah.
She's a junior as well, and she talked about this one game that she played, and she was just so happy.
Yeah.
And it was just like after that feeling of actually being included.
Yep.
And it's like how excited, and like when she started talking about that moment, she almost like started crying.
Yeah.
You could probably figure out who I'm talking about, and it's just heartbreaking to hear some of your guys' stories.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It actually is.
And then to have the preseason that you did, and to have, I guess that was non-conference before your concussion?
Yeah. Yeah, non-conference.
Man, I'm sorry.
It is what it at this point. Like, it is what it is, and like I could go
What'd your dad say? What'd your mom
oh my
say?
God, my dad.
Your dad probably
Lost it. Lost it. He.
Frank.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is the funny part. Hey, Dad. No, but this is the funny part is I called them after the meeting. I was like a wreck, and then I get a call from my coach like 20 minutes later. Can you tell your dad to stop emailing me about this? Like, it's not between me and him, it's between me and the players. And I was like, oh my God, like, sorry, I didn't know he did that. And I called my dad. I was like, Dad, like, no way. You just called him. He's like, I'm not just gonna sit here and watch him do this to you. I was like, I know, but like, he just doesn't understand sometimes. Like, I don't know. He was really pissed. But I think he also now, like, after talking to me and like seeing like me at peace with it, they're more at peace with it. But like, during it was rough.
I mean, yeah.
He asked me to transfer, and they were like, why wouldn't you? But I kind of explained to them, like, I'm done with soccer.
You got 3 semesters left.
Yeah.
And go into a new team with only 1 year of eligibility left?
Like, it's not worth it.
It was one thing if you're trying to go pro.
Well,
or
that's
go
the thing.
Overseas or do something like that.
Exactly. But that was not what I was going for.
No.
At all. But
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Where are you applying for internships? Are you doing like any pro sports? Trying to get in with the Bengals? Go see Joe Burrow?
I couldn't do that. No. I could do EKU. They have an internship there in the summer for like the football.
Department?
So I would just be helping out with football, like equipment and all that
be
stuff.
On the sidelines and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you see people like all the time.
Yes.
Sweet.
So I could do that. I could also go up to UK, do one of their sports.
Hang out with Gianna?
Yeah, how is she?
I saw her today.
Yeah. Good. That's good. They had a good year for them.
Yep. They lost first round, second round?
Second. Because we wanted to go to the game because they had a home game. They were like undefeated at home.
Yeah.
I remember because we usually play them, but we didn't this year.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad. They're really good.
They are good. They are good.
But
I'm just worried about this 28.
It's messing it up really bad.
I mean, I think it needed it. I mean, there's no reason to have 40 girls like Mercer.
Well, that's bad
like
too.
That JV team. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Got to cut that stuff. And even Gianna said that there's a bunch not coming back, but they had like 11 seniors. So
it didn't really.
Yeah. It's like they planned it or something.
Well, that's what we thought our coach did, but he was looking for transfers, which is crazy.
How many seniors did you have this?
We had like 9. We had 9 seniors. 2 So
you said 26. Wait, did you say 26?
So,
how many were on your roster this year?
On our roster this year, I think it was like 30.
Okay. Because this is the last year without the 28, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So we did like the whole math and everything. Once the seniors were gone, we were getting the same amount of freshmen coming in, which means that 2 girls would have had to have gotten cut because we would have still had 30 and we needed 28.
Did he really like those freshmen? He must have, because what's happening in most schools is they're decommitting these freshmen,
which honestly makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, your loyalties are to the people that have been on your team for.
You would think.
You would think. And that's
why I asked about like your treatment, like going in like your freshman year and your sophomore year, because
this is another
because this is what usually happens. This happens at the youth level, and I witnessed this especially at my old club in Michigan. It was an ECNL club. It was a DA club, and no coach wants to cut a player, right?
No.
But what they do is they start treating them like absolute shit.
So that they leave.
So then they just leave.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that they could just cut themselves so that I don't have to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Has that been your situation? Did he ever like treat you like crap coming in?
I think he honestly, was really worried that I was going to transfer after my sophomore year.
And you were close.
And I was really close, but because he even asked me, he was like, "You're not thinking about transferring, are you?" That's what he said to me after my meeting sophomore year. And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, good. Like, good. I don't think you should. Like, I think you'll definitely have a bigger role, blah, 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 blah. My freshman year, like, I played the most I have since being at EKU. I mean, I started probably half of the conference games.
Yeah, you were getting about, what, like 35 minutes a game? Easy?
Yeah. Like, that was, like, steady.
And that's good for a freshman.
And that's good for a freshman, but that happens to every freshman that comes into EKU. Like, every freshman will play. If you don't play, then you're redshirted. Like, he loves freshmen.
New is always better.
Yeah.
New is always better. Like,
no, seriously.
I don't care about the old players because I have this new player that has to be better than you.
Yeah, and she's so good. I'm so good at recruiting the girls to come in. Like, he always says I'm like growing this program. And we're like, your program wouldn't be here if you didn't have the players that have been on your team. Like, I don't know. And so it just, like, it got gradually worse and worse as I got from, like, freshman, sophomore, junior year.
Where are the girls coming from? Where are most of your teammates
Cincinnati.
from? Cincinnati.
Oh, it's
King's Hammer,
Ohio Elite.
Yeah.
Like, that's where, I mean, I think.
Where's your best friend from?
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah. But, like, it's all.
How far are you from Cincinnati?
An hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he was a coach at Cincinnati.
Really?
A goalie coach or a recruiting coach, something like that.
Okay.
And he knows all of the, like, Ohio Elite and Kings Hammer coaches up there.
Gotcha.
Like, he is kind of like he knew the girls even, like, when they were in high school, like, through their clubs.
And I guess Louisville. How close are you to Louisville?
Louisville's probably, like, I think 2 hours. I don't know. I don't really go up there that much.
What's your nearest city? Lexington. Right?
Lexington, which is like 30
and
minutes.
That's KU. UK.
UK, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And do you go there a lot?
I love UK is fun. I mean, yeah, we do. We try and go up there a lot. But.
Sammy.
Yeah.
What's going on with her?
Honestly, good. Like, so her situation was, like, very weird because her coach gave her the option.
Okay.
And said, you aren't guaranteed a spot
in
the 28, but you can stay this spring and prove your point and then decide if you want to transfer after spring.
And then Florida.
And he said, I'm giving you the option to go in the transfer portal now, and if nothing comes up, you can still stay on the team and be in the running for the 28. So he was just kind of like, you can either fully transfer or you can try to stay. And she was like, well, I'm going to enter and see if I have a better opportunity.
Okay.
And she was like, if not, like, that's fine. Like, obviously, I'll still stay at USF. I still like it there.
Yeah. Where's Florida
she never
Atlantic?
really. Boca.
How far is Boca from Tampa?
Like 2 hours, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's not.
Because USF is in Tampa, right?
Yeah. USF's in Tampa, and then I think it's like 2.5. Because I think when they were talking about moving her stuff, it was like 2.5 hours.
What conference is Florida Atlantic
in? The same as USF.
It is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they make the tournament? USF?
No. USF, yes. They lost.
The conference tournament.
They made the conference. Oh, yeah, they made the conference tournament, but they lost.
Yeah. Did Florida Atlantic make the? I'm
not sure. I don't know. But
did she already, like, know the coaches at Florida Atlantic, or did she play against them, or?
They just, like, reached out immediately when she had a very, like, steady transfer thing. Like, they reached out immediately. She was still in Florida.
I didn't even know she was in the portal.
Yeah, she was
Little jerk.
Still in Florida. And they were like, hey, like, we'll pay for your flight to Boca to come and see the campus and tour it and all this. So she went on her visit, and she was like, I love this campus. I mean, it's Florida, and Sammy loves Florida, so she's gonna love it. And it's a more beachy, like, it's on the beach.
Is it where is Boca? Is Boca on the ocean side or Gulf side?
Ocean.
Okay.
It's like right across from Fort Myers, like FGCU, like right across the state. And she, like, loved it, and then they were like, well, here's your offer, and it was a really good one.
Because her minutes were up and down, right?
Yeah. It was hard because the two forwards on her team were fifth years.
Yeah.
So and they were amazing.
Wasn't one of them like a COVID senior or like a
COVID
senior?
She was
maybe even a 6th year.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah, and she and they were like first team, and they were like very, very, very good players. So she had like a hard time kind of fitting into that role. But her coach, like, she had a great relationship with her coach. Like, her coach still loves her, like, all of this. But she kind of just ultimately...
It was a healthy break
It was a very healthy one, yeah.
And they're going to play, and they're going to see her every year.
Yeah.
So, that's... Okay. Because everybody in here that I've had that's been in the transfer portal just say how awful it is. Max
oh my God. Everyone who's in it says how awful it is. That's why I didn't want to.
And then Sammy just...
I know.
Everything comes easy.
Everything comes easy for her. It's so annoying.
Oh, shut up. Leave her alone.
No, but she's like so excited. But she has to go down like January 4th.
What?
Yeah.
She's not... Dang it. I'm not going to see her. I'm not coming back till... I don't think I'm coming back. Damn it.
Yeah, she's leaving so early.
In the summer, we'll have to do this again, and you're bringing in her.
Yes,
her in.
I will.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about soccer.
No.
We'll just talk about stuff.
Well, we'll goof off probably.
Yeah.
But.
Or no. Gabby. Have you seen Gabby lately?
No, I think she's home now, but she was in Fredonia for a while.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen her since I've been home.
She's done well.
Yeah.
How does she like Fredonia?
I think she loves it. From what I've talked to her.
Yeah.
I mean, soccer, it's always going to be soccer, but.
What are you teaching? What are you teaching as a...
Anything.
Anything.
I'm
what grades? Anything?
9th through 12th. I mean, I could do middle school too.
Do you find out like that morning?
Yeah. So so it's like different for me, but they were like, you can come in every day. Like, we'll find a spot for you. And I was like, okay, cool. So some days, I have like a busy day where I'm like 5 different teachers. They're just bouncing me around if they need like help or anything.
You're like a cart teacher?
Yeah.
Do you guys have cart teachers here?
No.
Do you know what a cart teacher is?
No.
So some teachers, like back home, they didn't have a classroom.
Oh.
They had a cart, so they had to jump from class to class.
Oh, that's
so
basically me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go in the morning, and then they'll give me a sheet of like who I am for the day. Today I was actually only one teacher. I was a chorus teacher.
Okay, so what do you do?
I mean, in the high school, it's literally like the students know what they need to finish. Like, it's a study hall, or if they have missing assignments, like that's what they work on. So I'm basically there, sitting on my phone, and then having kids come up. Can I go to the bathroom? And then me saying yes. That's my job. Or no. If they have a pass restriction.
Have you watched any like Christmas movies or anything like that? At school?
I play music. I'll play music for them, but movies, it's like difficult because I have to. Like, I can't get into the computer sometimes to get to the projector. It's like a whole thing. But, no, it's nice. And then on my free periods, I just go bother mom and dad.
Oh, yeah. Do you have time back at school to be a student teacher and be a student?
Well,
could you say, like, okay, on Tuesdays and Fridays, I am available for student teaching, and that's my job.
I mean, yeah, I could go and do that, but I would just have to switch my classes around because I can only like have classes like Tuesday, Thursday if I really wanted to, because I can make the other ones online. Like, I could be a full online student.
Right. And then you could student teach.
Yeah, or like sub and do that. I need to find a job when I'm there though.
Teach. I don't know why I can't.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. But I need to find a job there because if I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna be bored. I'm not going to be used to all the time.
You don't want like a job. You want a sub job?
I don't know. Well, the thing is with like the subbing is I don't know if like the New York State fingerprint will go over to the Kentucky one. I don't know how that will work.
So many rules.
There's just so many. It's insane. But so I don't know.
So your decision on either going back to school to teach is going to be on if you find a job in sports management or an internship?
Yeah. If I get like a good deal and if I like it, yeah. Kind of how. Because, I mean, I like both. Like, that's the thing with me is, like, I'm a very, like. Plan. Yeah, I'm a very, like, go with the flow girl. Like, I'm not, like, I need to be a teacher. Like, that's what I need. Like, I'm not like that. Like. Calling. Yeah, I'm not like that. So, like, sports management, it's a fun major. I like sports. I know a lot about it. So, I'm not really worried. Like, if that doesn't work, I still have teaching in my back pocket. So
what would you want to teach? If you go that, you want to go phys ed?
Probably.
Isn't that what your dad does?
Yeah. But I like going to his classes. It looks so fun and easy.
And then would you go secondary education, or would you go elementary, or what?
I don't know. I always wanted to do elementary, but like now subbing in the high school and like seeing how like easier it is compared to like that, I don't know. I do that.
What? It's been a while since I've coached high school soccer, or been around high school. Like what's high school like? Especially around here, I've never been around high school around here. But like, what's it like these days? Like, is it like? Oh my God, these stupid kids! They know nothing, even though you're only like 3 years older than them.
I mean, yeah, they like high school is like not. It's so chill now. Like, you can basically get away with like doing nothing. Like, honestly, like seriously. Like,
you have one kid do all the homework, and then I know some players in here that one kid does the homework, and then it just rotates. Yeah. Like, okay, Monday's my day, Tuesday's your day, Wednesday's Thursday. It's like,
and it's also like now, it's all online, so I mean, it's so easy for kids to just get
all the homework and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tests and stuff.
Yeah.
So okay, this is like a touchy subject, but like, so. What happened just now in Wisconsin with the shooting?
Yeah.
And one of them, not to scare you, one of them was a sub.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah. I mean,
like, is there any so you've been here all week or multiple weeks?
Yeah.
Like, is there any like code red or tests that you guys are doing?
Yeah, we do lockdown. We've already done 3 since I've been here, and it's been 2.5
since Thanksgiving.
2.5 weeks, yeah. Since Thanksgiving, it's been 3. But like, it's I don't know.
So my nephews, and my parents and my sister, they live in Oxford, Michigan, where there was a school shooting.
Yeah.
4 died. My nephew that was at the high school at the time was luckily not there because of COVID. It was in 2021, and he wasn't there. His girlfriend had blood on her from one of the girls that got shot.
Yeah.
That lived. But
it's scary though. It really is.
Like, so do you go to school thinking of like that stuff? Did your parents ever talk about it or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean,
like, what's going on?
So the thing with our Iroquois, they're not allowed to have backpacks.
Okay.
So they can't walk around with a backpack at all.
Any metal detectors? No metal
detectors. Okay. But
do you guys ever have like
there's our SRO officers, like there's officers around the school.
Do they ever bring like the dogs and stuff like that?
There's been I mean, I think they do. There hasn't been one when I've been there, but Clarence they do. But they have like, I mean, this is funny. They have like vape detectors now in the bathroom because of how bad that has gotten too. Yeah. But so it's just like a crazy honestly, it's like not being in high school anymore. I'm like, holy, like, this is insane. Like, I mean, I was in like the in-school suspension room for a sub for 3 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I had a kid run away.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You had a kid run away
in the room. So it's the room is like right outside the office. You have to keep like the door closed and everything. And the kid wanted to like go get his 3rd lunch of the day. And if he gets the lunch, I have to go with him. Like, he can't be alone at all throughout the day. And I said no, and he literally ran out of the room.
What was he in for, do you know?
I think he threw a pencil at a teacher.
Jesus.
But, I mean, I never really have the fear. Yeah, that was a whole other story. I was like, what do I even do? Because I had, like, other kids in the room that, like, I couldn't leave also. So I had to, like, call the office and be like, hey, like, he ran away. I don't know. It was a whole thing. But, like, I'm not really worried.
I feel like being a sub would be fun.
It's so fun because you have, like, no responsibilities to these kids. Like, to the kids, yes, but, like, if they're not doing their work, it's like, it's not my fault. Like, I told them they'd do their work. They're just not doing it.
Do you get paid hourly?
Yeah. Well,
or per class?
No, so I get paid, like, each day I get $125 is what I get. That's just, like, how it goes every day.
What is the bare minimum to be a student, or stop saying student, a sub? Is it 2 years of college? I know Michigan has a thing where if you have, like, an associate's degree, you could be a sub.
I mean,
It's not based on associate's degree. It's based on, like, how many credits. You have to have, like, 80 college credits or something
maybe.
like that.
I didn't have to show them any of that, though.
There's no, like, prerequisite or anything?
I mean, no, I just had to get my fingerprinted, and then I had,
Is
like,
this your second or third year subbing?
Okay, I couldn't figure that out either. Let me think. I didn't do winter. It's my third. I did, like, summer.
You come home in, like, April, right?
May.
In May.
Beginning of May.
You would go the rest of the school year, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember, because you could only train after 3.
Yeah.
And you can only be here today after 3.
Yeah. No, but it's, like, easy money. It's not bad at all. I mean, sometimes kids, like, give you a hard time, but
right.
Honestly, the kids are funny, though. And, like, if you respect them and, like, are, like, funny, nice with them, they're gonna be nice with you. Like, I haven't really had an issue except for the in-school suspension, but that kind of makes sense.
What's Sammy's major? Does she have one yet?
What is her major? I want to say communications.
Okay. Any idea what she wants to do with that?
I don't know. I ask her about it, and she just gets, like, so pissed because I don't think she knows, so then she gets stressed out.
You know what you guys should do? Like with your sports major and stuff, you should look into, like, broadcasting or
I did
what is that? It's just sideline reporters and stuff like that.
I think that's what she wants to do.
That'd be phenomenal.
I know.
That would be Gretchen Beyer?
Yeah.
Gretchen, that's what she's basically doing out in, I'm pretty sure she's in Albany or Syracuse.
Oh.
And she does, like, the horse races and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Whatever. What's it called?
Sarasota.
Saratoga?
No, Saratoga.
Saratoga is New York.
Saratoga, yeah.
But thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
This information needs to get out there.
I know.
Like what you guys are all going through, what transfer portal is going through, what this 28 player roster is going through.
Yeah.
It's like people need to know what they're getting into. College soccer is going to look so different in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wonder, I don't know. I wish, is there anything that you wish that Flash would have helped you with more, or what clubs can do, or what coaches can do?
It's like hard.
It is hard because I know coaches that if you came to them and said, "Hey, I'm trying to get into this coach, and I know that you know him,"
yeah,
he'd be like, "No, I'm not helping you because if you screw him over,
then
he's never going to talk to me again, and he's never going to come back to me for another player ever again. So I'm not going to vouch for you." Like, I feel like there's some of that goes on around here, and it depends on who the player is.
Yeah.
Like, some players get all the help in the world. Some players do not.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And, like, it's hard because, like, I mean, you can have such an asshole of a coach for club soccer, but it's so different than having one in college because, like, club, it's like, it's your life, yes, but, like, you have other things going on. You, like, can look into the future.
6-8 hours a week.
But, like, college, like, you are there. Like, that is your job. Like, you need to get along with this coach. Like, he is what's going to make your college, like,
a living hell
or awesome. Yeah. And so it's, like, hard because, like, some people are like, oh, I went through, like, a hard coach in club. Like, it's not the same. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but
it's just hours. It's just time on task, right? And how much you've got to see this person and how much time you spend in meetings and training and double training and travel.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll go on these ECNL events and you won't even see the coach.
Exactly.
Outside of the game time.
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Of course.
I can't wait to share it. I'll probably be up like next week sometime.
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
I know I was nervous, but I was like, because I was like trying to think of like not to totally bash him, but like say how it kind of went. Did I do a good job? Like I wasn't like mean, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit the whole thing. Cut out a lot. Actually, I've had players come in here, do this, and say, "Can you not post that?"
Yeah, I know. I was worried,
like,
but I'm not really worried anymore. Like I'm worried. Like I don't have any loyalties to him anymore, really. So
yeah. All right, we did 55 minutes.
It's been 55 minutes?
Yeah. Dude. It just goes quick.
Yeah.
And
no, that's crazy.
Yeah. And
it felt like 10.
Perfect.